Every now and then I would hear someone say, "Hey man, I could be a referee, give me a shirt. All you gotta do is count three, right?" Not really, but let's talk about it. Welcome to Verbal Wrestling. My name is Charlie Woo, and Charlie Woo is in the house. And the topic of today's video is about the role of the referee. Like I mentioned earlier, people think it's all we do is count three. They kind of don't really realize how much a role we play in the professional wrestling match. And so this video is kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea about what we do as professional referees. Now, a lot of people will define the roles of the ref as, well, they are the arbitrators of the rules, they are the enforcers of the law, they are the officials to make sure everything's fair, and that is all true. I won't disagree with that. But the way that I look at the role of the referee may give you a little bit more insight on how and why I ref the way that I ref. Now, in order for me to understand how I view the role of the referee, I'd like to first describe to you the definition for professional wrestling. Now, to me, professional wrestling is a story of a match between two competitors with a predetermined outcome in the form of a competition. So, two competitors fighting, boom, 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 boom. But we know that pro wrestling has a predetermined outcome. That was predetermined even before the wrestlers got to the venue. The booker already knows who or she wants over on the match. So what do the two competitors do? They craft what they want to do throughout the fight in order to reach that predetermined ending. And all this is being done in the framework of a competition. So there's rules, there's regulations, and the one that makes it look like a competition is the referee. That's why they say we are the arbitrators of the rules, the enforcer of the laws. We officiate the fairness of the game, because without the referee, it's just basically two men in underwear rolling around in a ring. But with an official starting the match, regulating the rules, and making sure that no one's breaking the rules and counting the three, ring the bell, and finishes the match, we make it look like a competition. So the role of a referee is to make sure that the match looks competitive, that fair play is being done, that no one is getting the upper hand through cheat methods, and those that do cheat, the heels, we're admonishing them, we're telling them to get out of the corner, we're telling them you can't rake the eyes. All that stuff is because we have to make sure it looks like a fair competition. So our actions are based off that premise. We want to make sure that it's fair, because though it's predetermined, we got to understand the fans have no idea what the finish is. They don't know who is actually going to win the match. So each time the wrestlers are beating each other up and someone is down, their fan favorite, their face, they're cheering them on. They want to see that guy beat the bad guy. They want to see that guy demolish him and get that win. But he has to do it in a fair way. I have to make sure that the bad guy doesn't cheat. We got to make it look competitive. That's how come whenever there is that 1, 2, 3 and that face wins, the crowd cheers. They are very happy. They're seeing a match that looks competitive, that looks like it went in a game of fairness, but all that is just to reach a predetermined outcome. So in order to do that, in order for it to look fair, as an official, I have to make sure that I have control of what's happening in the match. I have to give the illusion that I'm regulating everything that's happening there, from the way that I stand, the way that I look at the wrestlers, the way that I'm checking out whether the hold is a choke, the way that when they go to the ropes, I tell them you got to get off the ropes, because wrestling matches are supposed to be in the center of the ring and not on the ropes. If they're climbing the ropes, I'm counting it 1, 2, 3. If someone's cheating, like raking the eyes, I'm saying, hey, no raking the eyes. That's a warning. I'm trying to give the fans the illusion that fair play is being conducted in this wrestling match. But all that's done in order to tell the story of the fight. So, as a referee, if I just am lazy, don't really care what's happening, not really being quick and alert to seeing any cheat moves, it makes it the match doesn't look fair or competitive. It looks like the ref is just lazy. And when you see lazy refs, when you see them taking forever to get down and taking forever to get out, and like their counts are just like limp wrist, I haven't seen that, but you get the idea that if the official doesn't make it look like it's competitive, it doesn't feel competitive. And that competition is what the two guys are fighting for. One wants to beat the other one up. So, though we do count three, there's so much more on the way that we stand, by the way that we talk, by the way that we look and scope out what's happening in the match. All that tells the audience and the fans that this is being regulated fairly and that this is going to be a fair competition. So anyone who's like aspiring to be a referee, realize that you're there to make sure that fair play is being done because you have to make the match look like a competition. For those that are reffing, I hope this gives you a different insight on your role as a referee. And I hope that you as fans kind of understand what we do as referees, that you kind of appreciate exactly what we do whenever we do that which we do as we referee. There's so many different nuances that we do to tell that story of fairness and competitiveness, but sometimes it's overlooked, and it's okay that it's overlooked. We as referees are not the center of the match. We are there to assist the storytelling of the match. Well, that's how I look at professional wrestling referees. That's what I believe our roles are. So if you like this video, click like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you have any comments, anything you want to say, leave it in the comment section below. I will be reading all of that. Well, that's all I have for you today. My name is Charlie. Woo!